times a day do you think that you smile? 10 times? 50 times? Maybe 100 times? According to Buffer, children smile about 400 times a day. However, this number greatly reduces in adults, as people considered to be happy only smile about 40 to 50 times a day. This leaves the rest of us only smiling 20 times a day. Using this knowledge to our advantage as future funeral directors, we are able to affect the outcomes of the families that we meet with on a daily basis. Something as simple as a smile is contagious, it affects our career choice, and it can even make us feel good. Through my research and my time working at a funeral home, I have found that the impact of a smile goes farther than we may realize and is very valuable. First, I'll discuss why smiling is contagious. Second, I'll discuss how smiling affects our daily job. Finally, I'll discuss how smiling affects us physically. Why does seeing someone smile always seem to provoke a smile from us as well? This is because a smile can be caught like a cold. According to the Huffington Post, we mimic other people's faces to try and understand what they're saying and feeling. To further explain, this is how we know what people are feeling just by looking at them. The first step is that we see an expressive face. The second is we simulate the facial expression in our brain. And the third is that the simulation will tell us how it feels to make that expression. Once we understand what they are feeling, this helps us to decide how to react or act next. One of the best ways to understand what someone is feeling or trying to say is through eye contact. This helps guide us to recognize what they're feeling. It is then that our brain tries to recreate the facial expression and interpret how we should react. When our brain sees a smile, it is instinct to reciprocate it. Not only are smiles contagious from one to another, they're actually helpful. Our job as future funeral directors can be difficult, and it is at times hard to not take our feelings home with us at the end of the day. Now that I've discussed why smiling is contagious, I will now explain how this is useful to us. We use smiling to our advantage at work every day. We meet with families at one of their most vulnerable times, and when someone dies, the grieving process often leaves families distraught and not in their normal state of mind. This causes them to look to us for guidance on how to move forward. And when we are doing our job right, our condolences and sincerity assist us on the next point. Smiling changes the outcome of arrangement conferences. It is part of our job to direct families down the path that is right for them, and they're much more likely to follow us when we are welcoming. I've witnessed that smiling and greeting our families with a warm feeling warrants a warm feeling in return. Families are more likely to leave feeling better about their decision to use our funeral home if the arrangement conference has gone well. Not only does smiling affect our families, but it also affects us. Smiling actually elevates our own demeanor. Smiling reduces stress, and according to NBC News, when we smile, our brain releases a set of hormones, including serotonin and dopamine. The release of the hormone serotonin is associated with reduced levels of stress, while the absence of serotonin can lead to depression and aggression. Dopamine is associated with increased feelings of happiness, while lower levels are associated with depression. Smiling can also quickly change our mood. Power poses can help to start the day off on the right foot, and when the burnt out feeling comes from the day, taking a break to smile for about 30 seconds can recharge your mood. To review today's main points, I first discussed why smiling is contagious. Second, I discussed why this matters to us, to our career as future funeral directors. And finally, I discussed how smiling changes our physical demeanor. Something as simple as a smile is contagious. It has an effect on our job as a funeral director and can make us feel better physically. In conclusion, daily smiles are vital to our job as well as our own health. Something that is commonly overlooked holds much more importance than typically thought of. And with this knowledge, I hope that you all realize the power that your smile holds.